And we're back, the most handsome man in media. And now it appears the best dressed man in media, Mike Cernovich. Look at this hair. I mean, look at this. Look at his facial features. I have triggered the left-wing media by what? By writing about fashion. So I'm going to show you who's triggered, really upset by my fashion thread. So this is Jonathan Evans of Esquire. Here's Jonathan Evans. He wrote a big article about me. And this is Jonathan Evans. So here, let's just do a side-by-side. I know you can't see my full outfit, but this is Jonathan Evans of Esquire, and this is Mike Cernovich. Who should be writing a fashion column for Esquire magazine, I guess, would be the question. So here he is. That's him. That's what he looks like. And he is writing about me, you know, how I just should not be able to write about fashion, obviously, right? That totally makes a lot of sense. And that really is and they call me a ghoul. Yeah, Will pointed out that they call me a ghoul, conspiracy ghoul and everything. And he's right. I'm just so used to the nonsense about me that I don't even notice. But yeah, objectively speaking, they go, ghoul. Well, that's a dehumanizing language. Here's another person who's offended or obsessed with me. This is another person very obsessed with me. So let's Google Jesse Thorn, shall we? So it's always interesting to Google these people and see who is mocking, Oh, here he is. Okay. So this is Jesse Thorn. This is the person ridiculing Mike Cernovich. You can't make this stuff up. So this is Jesse Thorn right here, ridiculing this is obviously a very, very fashionable man right here. This is who you should be taking fashion advice from, not Mike Cernovich, who looks like me. You should be taking fashion advice for people who won't even post their own picture. They have to have cartoon pictures of themselves, and not even their own headshot. And again, this is the state of media, right? This is what men have to deal with. This is the state of media where these are the people writing for men. That's why why do you think Jordan Peterson sold 2 million copies of his books or whatever? This is what an expert for men is. This guy, right? These are the people writing for men. This Esquire guy who wrote that article on me, right? This is who's writing for men. Now, before the internet, you wouldn't even know that this is Esquire. That's Esquire. This is Seth Rogen. Seth Rogen grew his hair out and is now giving advice about Ghoul Mike Cernovich. And, there's been a bunch of articles and other things about all of this, and they're all very upset. And I'll tell you why they're upset. The left views anything cultural as their purview. And I knew that going into the thread. I knew the thread was going to trigger people for a number of reasons. One is I do have fashion. You guys might not like it. It might not be for everyone. But I do have fashion. I do have style. I do look good. I literally get catcalled. This is what cracks me up when people try to go, oh, Cernovich doesn't have fashion. Here, let's watch me get catcalled. This is true. Tim Pool interviewed me after the Hollywood screening of Hoaxed. Okay? I'm standing there in my pink suit. Women walk by and tell me how I look. Let's just watch it in real time. Because that's fundamentally what matters to me as a heterosexual man. If you're not heterosexual, that's fine for you. But to me, I'm worried about how women view me, right? At least in terms of fashion. So let's watch me get catcalled in real time.
Yeah, I'm going to believe that actually happened.
Oh, it's amazing.
Oh, thank you very much. Now, the issue, of course, is...
You see that? That's the kind of things that happen to me when I want to look a certain way. I get stopped on the street. When I'm really trying to get that swag factor high, I get stopped in the street. This isn't scripted. I just clipped this out of a longer interview.
Actually happened.
Oh, it's amazing.
Oh, thank you very much. Now, the issue, of course...
This is what I get stopped. Now, not everybody has the self-confidence I have to pull off my looks, because I do, it is a little provocative. I'm a provocative person. And it is like this outfit here, people can mock at the cowboy boots. A lot of people would say, don't wear cowboy boots with that outfit, but I actually got a lot of comments about the cowboy boots. And sunglasses at night do work. Why they're provocative, they stand out. They think, who is this person to dress like that? That is fundamentally what provocation is about in terms of fashion. You want women to say, who is that guy? Who does he think he is? And then they'll come up and try to, pick at you a little bit. Oh, really? You're going to wear sunglasses in here? You know how many times I've heard that? They always go, oh, really? Are you serious? You're going to wear sunglasses in here? Or they'll come up and take them off. Well, guess what? Guess what? She would have ignored you otherwise. And then it's always very playful. And that's the whole idea. That's fun. So you're just provoking a reaction out of people. And when you look, this picture was 8 years ago or something. When you go out looking like that, you're going to provoke a response. I provoked a response with this. Just a different response. So they're all, this is me. This is what's funny too, is when they try to dunk on me and then you look at them and they're slovenly, unkept, and they're not with attractive women and they're straight men, which, by the way, like I said, if you're into men, I don't care. But if you're going to judge me and you look like a slob and you're not with attractive women, then you don't need to be writing for men. Just, you got to find another job. Because this guy here, this is the life right here. This guy here, by the way, the great jacket, see that? It's a simple uniform, simple outfit, but the jacket makes it. So if this guy here, Michael's his name, he tweets at the Black Mike, I think. If all he wore was black on black, kind of invisible, see how that jacket stands out, pops. That's what you want to do with fashion. You want to pop. You want to stand out. You want to provoke. You want to draw attention to yourself. And I'm okay to admit it. I don't care now. That's why I draw, unless I'm out with Shauna, I just dress low key because I don't want to be noticed, right? But I admit when I was straight and I was single, I wanted women to notice me. I don't know why this is you're not allowed to admit that. You're not allowed to say, yes, when I was single, I very much wanted women to notice me. So I dressed in a way that got me attention and affection of women. But you're not supposed to say that, right? You're supposed to be like, well, fashion isn't about, meeting people. It isn't. Fashion's not about creating a perception. Who are you trying to impress then? Right? Go dress up like you're in Mao's China or something. So see, that jacket is going to stand out. It's going to pop. That was the suit I was wearing when I was catcalled on the streets of Hollywood, as you saw in that other video. Now this one, I posted this one. I know this doesn't look good. The shirt's not buttoned, but I gave them a little bait. Whenever you want to bait the media, you always want to give them something. So I know this isn't a great look. I get that, but you don't want to just put yourself as perfection. You have to actually give them a little bit of bait, and then they feel like they got you good. That's same thing with typos. People go, you posted a typo. Yeah, I know. There's a reason for why I do a lot of what I do. A lot of people made fun of this, the man purse. I'm sorry, it actually was quite stylish. The orange pops. Again, it's all about popping. It's all about standing up. I don't look nice in this picture. This wasn't about me, but this was just to show that shoes can make an outfit. I'm wearing New Balance shoes, and I wasn't even trying to look nice in here. But I use that as just an example of the power of shoes and whatnot. And again, don't be afraid of white. So, yeah, you got to think of it in terms of the media. They're giving you bad advice. They're giving men bad advice. They are. They're not qualified to write about this kind of stuff, okay? They're just, quite frankly, not qualified to write about these issues. If you look like this guy in GQ, this guy writes for GQ, this guy is not qualified to write about fashion advice for men, okay? He's not. I'm sorry. I don't want to look shame. I don't want to fat shame. I don't want to be mean. I just want to talk about qualification. This man looks nice. This man right here, that's a good look. Good. This man is qualified to write about fashion for men. He's just not qualified, right? Let alone for a magazine like Esquire that used to be prestigious, and now it clearly is no longer prestigious anymore. That is for sure. So that's where we are, friends. You can go to Cernovich.com. I wrote up a bunch of fashion tips for you, a lot of great advice. Even if you don't agree with it, even if you don't like it, then the whole idea is you got to realize fashion is deliberate. A female reporter called me earlier today, and I could just tell, she was like dripping with sarcasm or whatever. To me, I want to stand out from the crowd. That's how I dress, to provoke. So you might say, well, I don't like that look. Well, that's fine, but it's an intentional look. When I dress a certain way, it's an intentional look. And that's how you have to think about fashion. What are you trying to do? And if you're trying to stand above the crowd, you got to wear colors, man. It's just reality. You got to look different if you want to stand out above the crowd. Don't look like this guy here, for sure. Definitely do not take fashion advice from this man. That much I can tell you. Even if you don't like this look, just think a little bit more about how just think a little bit more about this kind of stuff. You don't have to agree with every choice that I make, but the idea is I'm showing you the thought process behind it. The thought process behind it to get you thinking more about how you want to look and just be more intentional. And really that's all about life is about, is being more intentional, being more deliberate. I'm Mike Cernovich. Go to Cernovich.com right now and get all the fashion tips. Cernovich.com. Get the fashion tips.